Beat Making Basics.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your man EverJ Music, owner of Beat Making Basics. We're back again with another dope video. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor and subscribe. Also, make sure you hit those bell notifications so you know when we're going to post. We post weekly videos, if not always daily. But anyway, let's get into today's video. Last video we did, we talked about how to make trap melodies in 2021 using Logic Pro 10. Now what I want to do is talk about how to make trap drums in 2021 using Logic Pro 10. So let's jump into it. We're pretty much using the same melody. What I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna, pitch the melody, might, speed up the BPM or anything like that. And then we'll get into the drums. So let's just check out the melody we already have in here. Pretty sick. I actually already pretty much dragged it over here into the quick sampler, and so now I could kind of come over here. I'm gonna pull up the musical typing, and I can come over here and play around with it. Okay, and that's pretty much what we're going to work with. Now let's go ahead and get into the drums. Now simply, I always, the clap is a good way to kind of get things going, get that rhythmic vibe going. So what we'll do is we'll just come over here and start working with a clap. So we'll go with that one. When you're making trap melody drum patterns, it's best to go ahead and start simple, and then you can always go from there. After you do that, you can come in here and quantize it. I just hit the scissors right here, and you can mess around with the velocity when you hit this guy right here. Okay, velocity is just going to control how hard or soft that note is being played. So we'll play it right here. Let's check it out. All right, so we got our clap. Next thing we'll go ahead and do is add an 808. So to do that, we're gonna pull up this musical typing and we'll just play around with the notes. So what you do is you sound out the notes, and then once you have like at least two to three notes that you will play throughout the 808 pattern, then you can go. So I'm gonna go with this. All right, so let's check this out. Cool. So once you got your pattern, you're just gonna come over here, quantize it, and then depending also on how detailed your pattern is depending on how you're gonna quantize it. So for instance, this is kind of a simple pattern, so the quantization on it is gonna be more lower. If it was more complex, you're gonna go higher in the notes. But anyway, that's that. Let's keep on moving. Next thing you want to do is get some hi-hats. Hi-hats can be very tricky, especially in today's world when it comes to making trap music. The hi-hats patterns are very complex. But what I would say is start off with something simple and then add to it. So let's just go in here, and you could either use the step sequencer or the piano roll. I would recommend the piano roll because you have more control over notes. Basically, you can pull up the piano roll by pushing the scissors, and then these are the notes. and it coordinates with these little lines. So like if we were to zoom in here, the black notes on the keyboard are the darker part right here, and the white notes on the keyboard are the lighter parts. In order to draw a note, you're just gonna push the command key, and then you can just drag it in there. So again, I would start simple. You feel me? So what we'll do is just hit it off at the every little bar part. And what you could do too is once you got a basic pattern like this, and maybe we'll have to put it more, do it like that. You could just copy and paste this all the way through, and then we can add to it. So all I'm doing is just holding down Option, dragging it, hold down Option, drag it, hold down Option, drag it, or you can copy and paste it. And then I'm gonna highlight it or select all and push Command J to join that. So just check it out. So that's a cool start, but obviously hi-hats, they go crazy nowadays. Another thing you want to really look at here when it comes to creating hi-hats is this velocity button. Okay, if you hit this right here, that's going to pull up the velocity. If you don't have it selected, you can always just push this guy right here and then go down here until you find velocity. Okay, so note velocity is already there, so you don't have to find it. It's good. I'll turn the velocity down just a little bit. And so now what we can do is add little variations. So I'll click on one of the notes just so it kind of copies the length of it and the velocity, and then we'll add little variations in here. So check this out. I can do little stuff in between it. And then like you can listen to it and then move it around as you see fit. And actually, I think that's pretty cool. Now what we want to do is get a little bit more detailed. And what I'll do here is just zoom in. And what you're going to want to do is kind of hear where you want some more complex pattern to come in here. And that's where you hear the syncopated hi-hats. And so what you'll do is you'll listen to it and you hear what's going to come next. So check this out. So like maybe right here at 1/4 or right here, you can add some type of complex pattern. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and hit that, and we're gonna bring it in like that, make a smaller note, and come in like that. So then I highlight this, bring that velocity down. Oops. Bring that right here. And then what you could do is you could either trail the velocity going down or make it go up, and it's gonna give a different vibe. So we'll make it trail down. Let's check it out. And the cool thing is now that I have that, I can now copy and paste it anywhere within this hi-hat pattern. And so like you can kind of just hear where you want that. So like I want it right here now, right before this clap. So all I did is copied it by pushing Command C, and then pasted it by moving the playhead and then pushing Command V. So check it out. Now we can get more detail, but over here at Beatmaking Basics, we like to keep things simple. So now that we have that going with that hi-hat, now it's time to add the kick. So let's go ahead and get into that. Obviously, probably a simple way to do this is go ahead and open up the scissors, and you can draw the kick in. And on the velocity, we don't turn that all the way up. So I'll turn it up, and I'm gonna click it again so we can kind of come in here. And I would say again, start simple, and then you can move to complex. And another thing I would say is keep in mind what you're doing with the 808 pattern, you don't want to have too much variation from that. So like for instance, that note hits right there, you might want to go ahead and put a note right there. So look, see where that 808's hitting right here? I'm just looking visually. This is just a good way to kind of get your drum pattern started. Have it come in here like that. You see what I'm doing? Look, this is the playhead. I'm matching it up with the 808, and then I'm plugging it in here, there. So, and again, start off simple, and then you can move your way up. All right, cool. So let's just check out that pattern. It's a basic pattern. Again, this is kind of just going with the main notes of the 808. All right, cool. So now that we kind of got that basic vibe, now let's kind of do some more to make the drum pattern seem a little bit more and you know, doper. And what you can do is I like this that hi-hat pattern, so what I could do is I can copy this and I can actually put that into the kick and drag that up. So check this out. We can always take these, highlight it, and then just, you know, make it louder since it's a kick. And technically, you don't even need to do that crazy velocity thing. Let's see. Yeah. We'll go ahead and hit that up again. Let's see how it sounds now. Cool. So pretty much this is about done. I would add a couple more things like an open hi-hat. So that's what we'll do next. Pull out this quick sampler. I already have a open hi-hat in here that I can work with. And you can kind of pitch these hi-hats as well to kind of match the overall key of the song. So check this out. We'll quantize that, and then also we'll bring this one down. What you can do is play around with it and see what sounds right, which doesn't. I might keep it simple and just only do one. But I actually kind of like that one in there. So let's keep that. So now that we have that, we're pretty much ready to wrap this up. Only other thing I would suggest that we could do is add like some type of snare. But let me see. Let me see what snares we got or have. Let me see here. Do I have any snares already loaded in here? Should I have to have some? Snare Mafia. Okay. All right, cool. So again, just kind of trying to find how it, would match up with what we got going. So let's just do this. Oops. Let me pull that musical typing back up. Do that again. And then pretty much from here, you could just, do different things to the melody to switch it up. And that's pretty much the beat. I can even take this melody and instead of playing it at that, I can take it down an octave. Match this up, make sure it's matched up. Actually sounded better lower. So there you have it, man. That's the trap tutorial on how to make trap drums. Thank y'all for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Appreciate y'all. I'll let y'all in the next one.